Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. Got a lot to talk about today. The first thing we're going to talk about, armed man Vem Miller arrested outside Trump's Coachella rally, and sheriff says it was a possible third assassination attempt. So we're going to cover that story first, and wait till you see the numbers on that one. And then we have a total of 7 stories we're going to cover today. So it's going to be a long show. Get comfy, grab your popcorn. We're going to talk about the election date and why it's on November 5th. We're going to talk about the Hezbollah drone attack. We're going to talk about Operation Aurora. We're going to talk about Tom Brady becoming an owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to recap the story of the 181 missiles because YouTube deleted that whole live stream. So we're going to recap that. And then we're also going to go over Hurricane Milton, which I just experienced here in Tampa Bay, Florida. So it's going to be a great show. Give it a few minutes, let a few people jump in, and then we'll get started. Hey, Scotty, how you doing? Hey, it's time to go to heaven. I agree. Good to see you. Hey, Dr. Savage. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Guys, do me a favor when you come in. Please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Hey Travis, how you doing? Hey Katie. Got the wife in the chat. Give it a few more seconds and we'll get going. So, can you believe it? A third assassination attempt. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Considering I've been here on YouTube for 5 years telling you guys the assassination of Donald Trump is coming soon. And now we have 1, 2, 3 big stories about Trump and assassination. What are the odds, right? And all of these stories are since, July 13th, the Erie event. We had the Erie event in Butler, and then we had the guy at the golf course, and now we got this guy at the Coachella rally. All right, all of it by the numbers. And don't forget, Trump was just back in Butler on October 5th, which was the anniversary of the calm before the storm statement. And he was back in Butler exactly 84 months after he made the calm before the storm statement, and Butler equals 84. Well, on top of that, he was back in Butler 84 days after allegedly being shot in Butler. So 84 days later and 84 months after the calm before the storm statement, Butler is 84. It was also exactly 2 months and 22 days after the Erie event that he was back in Butler. And we know how important that number 222 is. Trump equals 222, Donald John Trump Sr., 222 Trump Organization. And we're going to get to all of that with the 222 and Trump later. But anyways, first we're going to start with Vem Miller, the new guy at the Coachella rally. All right? And the numbers are just going to blow your mind. Hey, my Florida 101, good to see you. Hey, Miss Mary. All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. Here we go. So what this is, and give me a second to get all set up, but what this is, obviously, is more predictive programming, more planting the seeds for the real Donald Trump assassination, which is coming soon. Now, I've always said this, I think the real Donald Trump will be fine. He'll be in his bunker or whatever, and they're either going to sacrifice like a body double, You know, some people think there's two Trumps, red tie, blue tie. So they could do that. They could actually sacrifice a body double. Or it could be all fakery, CGI, or, you know, I'm not sure how they're going to do it. But the real Trump will be fine. But yeah, everybody's going to think Trump's actually dead. All right? And that's what all of this is setting up to. It's been basically a big part of my channel for the last 5 years. All right, I have a very few key points that I stick to on this channel. Number one, the news is scripted and coded. We know that. Number two, the scripted news is showing us that the beast system is here. The Antichrist is here, who I believe is Barack Obama. I think Donald Trump is part of it. I think Trump is the 7th king from Revelation 17. Obama would be the 6th and the 8th king. Remember, the 8th king is of the 7 and goeth into perdition. Kamala Harris, just a front person. Same with Joe Biden. They're just Obama's front people, like he told Stephen Colbert he wanted to have a third term with a front man. Well, he got it, right? But anyways, the other points showing you that the beast system is here, the Antichrist is here. Most importantly, Jesus is coming soon. If all these things are happening, right, if the beast system is here, the Antichrist is here, well, Jesus must be coming soon, right? All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Let me see, how does this look, all right? But yeah, guys, one of the big points of my channel over the last 5 years is telling you guys about the soon assassination of Donald Trump. And obviously, we've had a lot of confirmations since July, okay? But remember, I've been talking about this for the last 5 years. So that's one of my predictions. Trump's going to be assassinated. My other prediction, at some point, okay, Kamala Harris will be the president at some point. Now, I'm not saying that Kamala is necessarily even going to win the election, okay? Because remember, Trump could win the election and Kamala Harris could still become president if Joe Biden were to step down or to die between the election and the inauguration. Remember the Gerald Ford prediction in the Herbert Hoover Library, where he said the first female president would come in office as the vice president, then something would happen to the president, and that's how she would get in. And remember, he made that statement in the Herbert Hoover Library. Herbert Hoover died October 20th, 1964. That's the exact day Kamala Harris was born. And remember, the birthday is October 20th. That's also Snoop Dogg's birthday, October 20th. And remember, Snoop Dogg was carrying the torch at the Olympics after all the talk about passing the torch. And don't forget, Snoop Dogg equals Kamala Harris in multiple ciphers. Long story short, they told Joe Biden to pass the torch, right? Pass the torch, 152. Joe Biden, 152. Kamala Devi Harris, 152. Female president, 152. That episode of The Simpsons, Bart to the Future, where it shows Lisa Simpson with the purple suit, the pearl earrings, and the pearl necklace. That episode of The Simpsons aired 152 days from Kamala Harris's birthday. Again, Kamala Devi Harris, 152. Female president, 152. Pass the torch, 152. And you got Snoop Dogg carrying the torch, right? Snoop Dogg equals Kamala Harris, and they got the same birthday, which is Herbert Hoover's birthday, all right? Anyways, I think I'm ready now. Here we go. This one's going to blow your mind, all right? Absolutely undeniable. Armed man Vem Miller arrested outside Trump's Coachella rally, and sheriff says it was possible third assassination attempt. This article from yesterday, October 13th. So, the news about this guy, Vem Miller, the news came out on October 13th, which was yesterday, Sunday. But allegedly, he was arrested on October 12th, which was Saturday, and he was arrested outside of Trump's Coachella rally, okay? Now we're going to do some reading. A lot of reading. Local cops arrested an armed man outside a Donald Trump rally in California Saturday, and the local sheriff has doubled down on claims that a third assassination attempt was prevented, even though he let the suspect walk after posting a meager bail for gun charges. I truly do believe we prevented another assassination attempt, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco told reporters Sunday, a day after suspect Vem Miller was arrested at a checkpoint outside Trump's rally in Coachella Valley. Miller, 49, was caught at a police checkpoint allegedly trying to enter the rally with a phony press pass, but when cops noticed his car was unregistered, they searched the vehicle and discovered a cache of fake passports and driver's licenses, along with a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine, officials said. He was soon booked on weapons charges and then sprung after posting $5,000 bail, but the sheriff turned around and told the Riverside Press Enterprise that his department had all but saved Trump's life. Federal agencies, however, appear to disagree. The Secret Service believes it's unlikely Miller was attempting to assassinate the president, and the FBI is not investigating it as such, sources told the Post, who noted Miller is a member of an anti-government far-right group and probably had the weapons for personal defense alone. The Secret Service later said Trump wasn't at risk during the rally. Okay, so this part about, is the Secret Service right? Is the sheriff right? It doesn't matter. It's all baloney. Okay, it's all scripted. The seeds have been planted. Okay, when you get a headline like this everywhere on CNN, Fox, New York Post, okay, talking about a third assassination attempt, that's all the sheep need to see. They just need to see the headline. Oh my goodness, third assassination attempt. Doesn't matter if it was real. Doesn't matter if the sheriff's right, Secret Service is right. Here's a little secret. They're all in on it. The sheriff and Secret Service, okay? It's all scripted theater, all right? But it's all pointing us to the soon assassination of Donald Trump. Now, there is one more part of the story, and a very big part, that we're also going to connect, okay? And, not to pat myself on the back, but I haven't seen many people even talking about this story, which is surprising. But I definitely haven't seen many people connecting it to Dennis Quaid, who was at the same rally, okay? And why does that matter? Because Dennis Quaid just starred in the new movie Reagan, about Ronald Reagan, okay? Ronald Reagan was shot, okay? Ronald Reagan's slogan was "Make America Great Again." You see where I'm going with this? Okay. Reagan star Dennis Quaid rallies for Trump in Coachella, California. Time to pick a side. So this is the same Coachella rally where Vem Miller was arrested. And wait till you see how it all comes together. Alright guys, you ready? Here we go. We're going to break this down, all by the numbers, using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. Alright guys, so, says here, Miller was stopped at a checkpoint near the former president's rally in Coachella, California on Saturday. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the number 888, a number we're always talking about with Donald J. Trump. So, notice the rally was in Coachella, California. In gematria, Coachella, California equals 888, okay? In the same cipher, Donald J. Trump equals 888. And we're going to get to all the 888s and the 88s in a second, but here's one for you. Don't forget when Donald J. Trump made the famous calm before the storm statement on the 5th of October 2017, That was exactly 888 days before COVID was declared a pandemic. So what are the odds? The father of the vaccine, Donald J. Trump, gave us the calm before the storm statement 888 days before COVID was declared a pandemic. Do you think that's a coincidence? I don't. Okay? Don't forget, Beast System is 888, the Synagogue of Satan, 888. The list goes on. But anyways, let's get to the next slide. So this happened in Coachella, California, 888. Donald J. Trump, 888. All right. Okay, let's look at the last two would-be assassins. We have Ryan Ralph from the golf course, and now we have Vem Miller. Okay, and I went right to the Who's in Jail, and I found his little mugshot stuff here, his booking information, right? Which I did that because I was looking for his birthday. Okay, so here he is, Vem Miller. And see his arrest date, 10/12, that was Saturday. There's his birthday right here, date of birth, 10/26/1974. Okay, so there's the birthday of Vem Miller, the new would-be assassin, according to the sheriff, right? And here's the last would-be assassin from the golf course. Look at his birthday, February 18th, 1966. Okay, what if I told you that the last two would-be assassins, what if I told you they were born 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days apart? How about that? The last two would-be assassins were born 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days apart when Donald J. Trump equals 888. And now Vem Miller, who was born 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days after Ryan Ralph, he's arrested in Coachella, California, which equals 888. I mean, wow, you can't make this stuff up. All right, now on top of that, now some of these might be a little fuzzy, all right, but you'll get the picture. I just want to show you how important the 88 and the 888 have been with Donald Trump over the years. And guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. Okay? So, let's not forget the first would-be assassin, Thomas Matthew Crooks. His birthday, 9/20/03. Remember? 9/20/03. Well, fun fact about 9/20/03. That's the 8,888th prime number. What are the odds? Trump equals 88. Remember the Snoop Dogg video, Lavender? It's a little hard to see. This one up here. Remember the Snoop Dogg video, Lavender, where Snoop Dogg is pointing the gun at Trump? Yeah. Well, did you know that Trump was allegedly shot in the ear 88 months after that Snoop Dogg video was released? 88 months. Wow. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe not. Remember how we were connecting Donnie Darko to Trump being shot for all those years because you had Frank the Rabbit who shot, and Frank equals Donald, and I believe Rabbit equals Trump. And then you have I Pet Goat 2 where it shows the rabbit with the upper right ear being grazed by a bullet, like Trump's upper right ear was grazed by a bullet. Then you got Donnie J. Darko here with the Triumph sweater, which has TRUMP like Trump in there. And then let's not forget that the movie Donnie Darko takes place in the year 88, when Trump equals 88. And then the numbers on Donnie's arm, remember Frank the Rabbit tells Donnie that the world is going to end in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 12 seconds. 28 plus 6 plus 42 plus 12 is 88. Right? So the movie is set in 88. The numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. Trump equals 88. The star of the movie is Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal, which equals 88. The name of the town in Donnie Darko is Middlesex. Look at that. Middlesex equals 888. Like Mar-a-Lago equals 888, where Donald Trump lives. Is all of this a coincidence? Let's keep going. How about the calm before the storm statement made on the 5th of October 2017, 888 days before COVID was declared a pandemic? Donald J. Trump, 888. He wrote The Art of the Deal, which equals 888. Is that a coincidence? Beast System, 888. How about Back to the Future? And wait till you see the confirmation I have on Back to the Future in a few slides. So just remember, all right, we're going to talk more about Back to the Future later, and it's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind, which is hard to do, but I did it. Back to the Future, where Biff represents Trump. They got to reach 88 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour, because Trump equals 88. Don't forget, in that movie, Back to the Future, Biff is able to tell the future with the Gray Sports Almanac, and Gray Sports Almanac equals 222, like Trump 222. Remember the raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 88, right here? And Trump's number to text, 88022, right? Oh yeah, head wound. It's also 888. But anyways, I just wanted to show you, okay, after this part, right, Coachella, California, 888, Donald J. Trump, 888, and the last two would-be assassins there, they were born 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days apart, okay? So, now that I've shown you the importance of the 888 and the 88, let's continue on with more 88. If you can believe it, the guy they arrested, they're calling him a sovereign citizen. See how they highlighted sovereign citizen? Well, look at that. It equals 88. And to this other part here, the star of Reagan, remember Reagan was shot, the star of Reagan, Dennis William Quaid, was at the same Coachella rally. Check it out. Dennis William Quaid equals 88 in full reduction, just like Jake Gyllenhaal's name equaled 88 in the same cipher. And on top of that, look, the rally was in California, which equals 88. So that's a lot to be a coincidence, right? Sovereign citizen 88. At the same rally, you had Dennis William Quaid, who played Reagan, who was shot. His name 88, and it happened in California, which equals 88. Like Trump, 88. Now, my next point. This right here is a scene from the movie Taxi Driver. Okay? You remember the movie Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro? Remember when Robert De Niro was outside of the hush money trial in New York, the same place where Taxi Driver takes place? And remember, in this movie, Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro plays the role of a would-be assassin. And of all the numbers, right, everyone's got a plain shirt on, except for one person in the crowd here. Look at that, number 88 in the crowd. This is from the movie Taxi Driver. And guess what? If you didn't know this, the movie Taxi Driver inspired the assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan. And now you have the Ronald Reagan actor at the same Trump rally where they just arrested this guy. Are you kidding me? Robert De Niro claims Trump could destroy the world outside Manhattan Court. And Robert De Niro was in the movie Taxi Driver, which was in 76. By the way, Donald John Trump equals 76. But anyways, the movie Taxi Driver inspired Hinckley to shoot Ronald Reagan. And he shot Ronald Reagan on March 30th. March 30th is when Donald Trump was indicted for the hush money trial. March 30th. And then you had Robert De Niro hanging out at the hush money trial. And then in the movie, Robert De Niro plans to assassinate Senator Palantine. Senator Palantine, 248. President Donald Trump, 248. Trump assassination, 248. How old is the Illuminati right now? 248 years old. How old is the United States right now? 248 years old. It's coming soon, folks. Also, Senator Palantine, 95, like President Donald Trump, 95. Now, he also goes by Charles Palantine. Okay? He's Senator Charles Palantine. Notice Charles Palantine is 68, like Donald John Trump is 68. Trump assassination, 68. The name of the movie, Taxi Driver, 68, like Thomas Crook, 68. That's the first would-be assassin. And Donald J. Trump equals 68. Okay? So, remember, it's the sheriff, Chad Bianco. He's the one doubling down, saying they prevented an assassination attempt. And remember, he's just another actor. Okay? But look at his name. Chad Bianco. 60, like Coachella, is 60. You know what else is 60? Trump rally, 60. And Donald Trump equals 60. And this is the 60th election coming up. Okay? It gets better as we go. Okay? Now, notice Coachella is not only just 60 like Donald Trump is 60, but Coachella also has the 48. Okay? So Coachella is 48 and 60, like Trump rally is 48 and 60, and Donald Trump is 48 and 60. The name of the suspect, who according to the sheriff was planning the shooting, his name is Van Miller, and he was arrested on Saturday. Okay? Check it out. Van Miller, 109. Saturday, 109. Shooting, 109. And according to the sheriff, Van Miller planned on shooting Donald Trump on the Saturday. Now back to Dennis Quaid, who was at the rally. And remember, he was just in the movie Reagan. Reagan's slogan, Make America Great Again. Reagan was shot. Okay? And we just went over the whole connection with Taxi Driver. But anyways, the new movie Reagan just came out August 30th. Okay? And Dennis Quaid was at the rally 44 days after the Reagan release. And shooting equals 44. Also, the word kill equals 44. Okay? I mean, how is that not predictive programming for the Trump shooting? You have the star of the movie Reagan at the rally 44 days after the movie comes out. Reagan was shot. That's the confirmation right there. I mean, everybody can understand, okay, I get it. Make America Great Again. Reagan was shot. Okay, I see that. Oh, wow, let's look at the gematria. 44 days after the movie came out, shooting equals 44. I call that a confirmation. Okay? Now, if you need some more confirmation, I think this is the best part of the decode right here. Alright? So everybody pay attention to this part, because this part is undeniable, and it is going to blow your mind. Okay. Let's start on the left side. Reagan star Dennis Quaid rallies for Trump in Coachella, California. And Dennis Quaid said, time to pick a side. Okay. Time to pick a side, 159, Donald Trump, 159. Okay, well that's very interesting, right? Well, look over here. And when I saw this article, I could not believe it. Remember a couple slides back when we brought up Back to the Future and the number 88? Because Biff is Trump and they got to reach 88 miles per hour. Well, look at this headline. Back to the Future star Leah Thompson, who played the mom, she played Marty's mom in Back to the Future. It says, Back to the Future star Leah Thompson slams ex Dennis Quaid over Trump support, and her quote is, "Stop the stupid." I can't even wrap my head around this. It's so undeniable. You have Back to the Future, which we've been connecting to Donald Trump for years. You have Ronald Reagan, who we've been connecting to Trump for years. And now you have the statement from Dennis Quaid at a rally where they're saying a third assassination attempt was prevented. Okay? You have him saying, time to pick a side, 159. And then you have his ex, who was the main star of Back to the Future. Her response is, "Stop the stupid," which is 159. Her name, Leah Thompson, is 159. Donald Trump, 159. And just in case you think it's all a coincidence, her name, Leah Thompson, is a perfect match to Donald Trump in 3 out of the 4. Drop the mic. Are you kidding me? Back to the Future, Trump, Leah Thompson equals Donald Trump. Stop the stupid, 159. Leah Thompson, 159. Time to pick a side, 159. Donald Trump, 159. Ronald Reagan, Back to the Future. Are you kidding me? So if there's anyone out there that's like, this gematria stuff is garbage, they're not using gematria, explain that. And if you need a little more confirmation, let's take a little trip down memory lane. Let's see. August 1st, 2023. Trump indicted on charges out of special counsel probe into January 6th. So when Donald Trump was indicted for the January 6th insurrection, he was indicted 159 days before the anniversary of the insurrection. And guess what insurrection equals? Guess what indictment equals? Yeah, Donald Trump, 159. Indictment, 159. Insurrection, 159. So what are the odds that he would have his indictment for the insurrection 159 days before the anniversary of the insurrection? And just in case you think that's a coincidence, remember when Donald Trump was indicted for the classified documents on June 8th, the 159th day of the year? Another indictment for Donald Trump on the 159th day of the year. I'm sure it's all a coincidence, right? And let's not forget, June 8th is 6'8", like Donald J. Trump is 68, and Donald John Trump is 68. By the way, let's not forget Abraham Lincoln was assassinated 159 years ago. That's a lot of 159s, huh? I mean, wow. Let me check in with the chat as I take a sip of water. And everybody should be hitting the like button after that part. Look at that. I mean, how do you explain it? For years, we've been talking about Trump, Ronald Reagan. For years, we've been talking about Trump and Back to the Future. For this to all line up so perfectly, and for me to have examples of the 159 going back years, I mean, it's a slam dunkaroonie, man. Ain't no doubt about any of this stuff. And on top of the 159s, her name just happens to be a perfect match to Donald Trump in 3 out of the 4, right? And then on top of that, what if I told you Back to the Future equals 176 like Donald J. Trump is 176? How about that? How about them apples? Now, for more things that are not a coincidence, let's start getting to the Jesuit connection with this story and the Catholic Church. You know, there's always a Jesuit connection, and here it is. So, Reagan star Dennis Quaid rallies for Trump in Coachella, California. He says, time to pick a side. Okay, we already went over that a little bit. Remember, time to pick a side equals Donald Trump. Okay, what else? Well, he said this at the rally on Saturday, and that would have been 246 days before Trump's birthday. Well, what if I told you time to pick a side equals 246? So that's another coincidence, right? Not only does time to pick a side equal Donald Trump, but time to pick a side equals 246. It just happened to be 246 days before Trump's birthday. Right? Notice what else is 246. Catholic Church is 246, which leads me to my next point. The Catholic Church and the Jesuit order. Okay? Time to pick a side is also 69, like Catholic Church 69 and the Jesuit order 69. The Reagan star, Dennis Quaid, he was at the rally Saturday, Donald Trump's birthday, June 14th. So the Reagan star was at the rally exactly 35 weeks and 0 days before Trump's birthday. And look at that. Reagan equals 35. Wow. Also, Catholic equals 35. Okay, we're making the connection to the Catholic Church here. Don't forget, Baphomet and Satan are also 35. And then Reagan is also 46, like Catholic is also 46. It was also on a day with 46 date numerology, because 10 plus 12 plus 24 is 46. And then we look at the name of the suspect, Vem Miller, which equals 46, like sacrifice 46. And they're going to sacrifice Donald Trump very soon. Again, probably not the real Donald Trump, probably his body double, the other Trump. Also, Chaos 46, and when they do the Trump assassination, like I've always said, it's going to be the ultimate order out of chaos. And again, Catholic 46. All right, so we're still making the Catholic Jesuit connection here. Okay, they're saying the suspect, Vem Miller, he's 49 years old, and he's from Las Vegas. Well, notice Las Vegas is 49. Gun control 49. Right? He was arrested on gun charges. Catholicism 49, and Donald J. Trump 49. That's also the birthday of Dennis Quaid, I believe, for the record. I believe his birthday is 4/9. Let's see. Yep. Dennis Quaid, born April 9th, 4/9. Yep. But yeah, they say he's 49 years old, from Las Vegas. Las Vegas, 49. Donald J. Trump, 49. Las Vegas is also 86, like Jesuits is 86. To 86, someone means to get rid of them. Blood sacrifice and human sacrifice are 86, and they're going to be 86ing Trump's body double pretty soon. More Jesuit connections. The rally was in Coachella Valley, California, which is 144, like Jesuit order is 144. More Jesuit connections because Dennis Quaid is 54, like Jesuit order is 54. And here's a pretty big confirmation with everything here. Dennis Quaid was at the rally, the guy from the Reagan movie, right? He was there 187 days after his birthday. Okay? Two things with that. Number one, Society of Jesus equals 187. That's the official name of the Jesuit order. So there's more confirmation there with all the Jesuit connections we're making. But also, the rally was where? The rally was in California. And the California code for murder is 187, right? So again, just confirmation after confirmation. Now, like I said, the rally was on October 12th, but we didn't get news about this guy being arrested at the rally until October 13th, which I thought was pretty strange. But when you look at the numbers, it makes sense why they would wait until October 13th, the day leaving 79 days left in a year for this story to be in the news. Because over here, it says, armed man Van Miller arrested outside Trump's Coachella rally. And then over here it says, man in possession of firearms arrested outside of Trump rally in Coachella Valley. So we have Coachella Valley and we got Coachella Rally, and they waited a whole day to put this in the news until October 13th, the day leaving 79 days left in the year. And check it out. Coachella Rally, 79. Coachella Valley, 79. Society of Jesus, 79. That's the Jesuits. All in the same cipher, and this was in the news on the day leaving 79 days left in the year. And don't forget, murder is also 79. Fun fact. Now, more connections. I mean, look, we started with the 187, right? Society of Jesus, 187. It was 187 days after the birthday of Dennis Quaid. And then we got Coachella Rally and Coachella Valley, 79, like Society of Jesus, 79, on the day leaving 79 days left in the year. And look at that. We even got the 56 connection. Look at that. Coachella Rally, 56. Coachella Valley, 56. Ronald Reagan, 56. Wow. What are the odds you would have the guy from the Ronald Reagan movie, which equals 56, at the Coachella Rally, which equals 56? It's almost like this whole thing is by the numbers. And then Society of Jesus, 56. Don't forget Freemasons is also 56. Now, we're making the connection to the Jesuits in the Catholic Church. Well, Pope Francis, he's a member of the Jesuit order. He's also the head of the Catholic Church. And what if I told you this assassination attempt happened on a day with 66 date numerology, 10 plus 12 plus 20 plus 24, 66. What if I told you it happened 66 days before the Pope's birthday, and in Gematria, assassination attempt equals 66. Wow. Let's see, what else we got? Oh yeah, how's this for a Jesuit connection to the Jesuit Pope? What if I told you the name of the jail where this guy was sent to, the John J. Benoit Detention Center, which is named after John J. Benoit, happens to be a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Wow. What are the odds? And then also Coachella is 33, like the last name of the suspect, Miller, 33, Masonry, 33, the highest degree of Masonry, the 33rd degree. And then look at this, Quaid equals Trump. Wow, another coincidence. Quaid, 2529, Trump, 2529. Man, that was pretty crazy, huh? But yeah, I would say the key points on this, the 2 would-be assassins, the last 2, Ryan Ralph and Van Miller, born 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days apart. You got Coachella, California, 888. We got all the 88s and the 888s over the years, and then the guy was a sovereign citizen, 88. You had Dennis William Quaid, 88, in California, 88. Like Trump, 88. Remember, Back to the Future, they got to reach 88 miles per hour. And then this is from the movie Taxi Driver, which inspired Hinckley to shoot Reagan, right? You got the 88 in the crowd, okay? Coachella, 48 and 60, like Donald Trump, 48 and 60. You got Dennis Quaid there 44 days after the Reagan movie came out. Shooting equals 44. Ronald Reagan was shot. Okay, and then this part here just blows my mind. Time to pick a side, 159. Donald Trump, 159. And then in response to that, Dennis Quaid's ex, who just happens to be the star of Back to the Future, hello, She slams Dennis Quaid and says, "Stop the stupid," which is 159. Like her name, Leah Thompson 159, time to pick a side 159. And then you see Leah Thompson is a perfect match to Donald Trump. It's like, yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence anymore. So, anyways, we'll probably recap that later for the people who come in late. But now let's move on to a new story, which is going to be the election. And why is it on November 5th? Well, I'll tell you why when I can get my computer to load. I'll tell you why. It's all about the number 222. The whole reason I started my channel 5 years ago. Make sure you stick around. We got 6 more stories to talk about, including all the numbers on Hurricane Milton. Okay. Well, have you ever heard me talk about Trump and the number 222? Because I've talked about it thousands of times over the years. And notice the election is going to be on November 5th, 2024. Donald Trump's birthday, June 14th. Okay? So the election just happens to be 222 days before Trump's birthday. Now again, I don't know who's going to win the election. I just have a few predictions that I've had for years. Number 1, Kamala Harris will be president at some point. Again, she does not have to win the election. She could win the election. Here's the thing. There's multiple ways this could go. Kamala Harris could win the election and Donald Trump could still be shot. Okay, let's say he loses the election, but he's trying to overturn it. Looks like he's making progress. It might really happen, then boom, they take him out, right? Or Donald Trump could win the election and Kamala Harris could still become president. Trump wins the election in November, and then between November and the inauguration, Joe Biden either steps down or Joe Biden dies or fake dies or whatever they're going to do, right? So I can't tell you who's going to win the election, but I can tell you the assassination of Donald Trump is going to happen and Kamala Harris will be president at some point. That I can tell you, okay? Now, here's why the election's on November 5th, because it's going to be 222 days before Trump's birthday. And I've talked more about Trump and the number 222 than anything else on this channel, okay? Over 10,000 decodes, if you can believe that. Over 11 channels now. And we've talked more about Trump and the number 222 than anything else. And I refuse to believe it's a coincidence after all these years that by the way, this is the last election ever. Ever. This is, if it even happens. We're getting pretty close, so it might happen, but this is the last election ever for the United States. We are at the end. We're at the end of the end. Okay? So what are the odds the last election ever is going to be 222 days before Trump's birthday when Trump equals 222? Now also, Donald John Trump Sr., 222. I told you Trump is the 7th king from Revelation 17. Obama is the 6th and the 8th king. Okay? He's the Antichrist. That's why the Antichrist, Barack Obama, equals 222. But notice, Trump 222, Donald John Trump Sr., 222, 7th King Trump, 222, the Beast of Revelation, 222, Antichrist system, 222, the Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. We'll wait a minute before we get to these connections. And this one, 2. President Harris, right? So number 1, see how the Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. Let's not forget, Obama in the year 2022 tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. And then this year, Obama was back at the White House on the day leaving 222 days left in the year. Now back to Trump and the number 222. Let's see if I can remember him off the top of my head. The first U.S. case of COVID was in King County, Seattle, 222 days after Trump's birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. And COVID was declared a pandemic while Trump was president, exactly 222 months after 9/11. Now ask yourself, what are the odds of that? Wuhan coronavirus equals 222, like World Economic Forum 222, like the name of the simulation, Event 201 equals 222, and a million other 222s. But you're telling me the first U.S. case was 222 days after Trump's birthday, and then it was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, when Wuhan coronavirus equals 222? Now, if you think that's a coincidence, remember Donald Trump's famous calm before the storm statement? That was made on the 5th of October 2017. That statement was made 222 days before the Clade X simulation. The Clade X pandemic simulation was held on May 15th, 2018, exactly 666 days before COVID was declared a pandemic. Actually, I got it right here on this little handy-dandy flyer. COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation, May 15th, 2018. Okay? But long story short, the calm before the storm statement from Trump was 222 days before Clade X. Donald Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana equals 222. There was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization from Letitia James. Donald Trump took the stand in that case 222 days from his birthday. And in that case, his lawyer was Christopher Kise, which equaled 222. When Donald Trump was found guilty of the hush money trial, that was 222 days from Alvin Bragg's birthday, the Manhattan DA. There's been so many. It's hard to remember them all off the top of my head, but hopefully that's good enough. All right, all those 222 date durations. Now, again, Trump Organization 222, Order Out of Chaos 222. And when they take out Trump, it's going to be the ultimate order out of chaos. Now, clearly, the number 222 is connected to Trump. Clearly, it's connected to Obama. Okay, again, the Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. He tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. Now, let's talk about Trump's opponent in the election, Kamala Harris. And look how big the 222 is for Kamala. Number one, her slogan is Harris for President. That's her slogan. It equals 222. President Kamala Harris equals 222. Vice President Harris equals 222. And President Harris equals 222. So either way you look at it, all right, this is why the election is on November 5th. Because Trump is either going to win or lose 222 days before his birthday. Now, if he wins, okay, that makes sense because Trump equals 222 and all that. And then there's still a chance that Kamala could become president between the election and the inauguration. But then, if Trump loses, you can see how that would also make sense because he's going to be losing to President Kamala Harris, which is 222. Or you could call her Vice President Harris, 222. Or you could call her President Harris, 222. All right? So, again, it's not so important to say, okay, this person's exactly going to win, and you're all going to see that I'm right, and then you'll believe me. That's not what's important. It's important to see the symbolism and why they chose that date, because either way it goes, it's all about the 222. And don't forget, your vote doesn't matter, so don't even waste your time voting for evil. Remember, presidents are selected, not elected. Okay, your vote doesn't count, and they already know who the winner's going to be. Okay, and honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue which way they're going to do it. I just know Kamala is going to be president at some point, and I know Trump's going to be taken out at some point. That's all I know. All right. Now back to Kamala and the 222. Just in case you don't believe me about the importance of the 222 with Kamala, know this. You remember at the beginning of the stream when I was talking about Gerald Ford and the Herbert Hoover Library and the famous prediction about the first female president, how it would happen? He said she would first be vice president, and then the president would die, and then she would become president, right? And everybody knows he made that statement in the Herbert Hoover Library, and Kamala Harris was born on the same exact day that Herbert Hoover died, October 20th, 1964. But here's what everybody forgets. Herbert Hoover was born on the 222nd day of the year. That's right, folks. Herbert Hoover's birthday is the 222nd day of the year. Now, here's the other part. There was a wrestler named Kamala, okay? His real name was James Harris. Last name Harris, wrestled under the name Kamala. He died 2 days before Kamala Harris was chosen as the VP pick. He died 2 days before she was chosen, okay? Kamala, the wrestler, died on the 222nd day of the year. That was a straight up ritual sacrifice for Kamala Harris. Okay? And considering he wrestled under the name Kamala and last name Harris, and he died on the 222nd day of the year, I don't think that's a coincidence. And actually, let me see. That was such an important decode. Let me see if I can find anything on that real quick, because there was so much to talk about. Let's see. Let me type in James Harris. See if that brings it up. Here, let me type in wrestler Kamala. No. Let's see. 212. Will that pull it up? No. Hold on. There was so much more to that decode. Let's see. By the way, here's me, 2 years ago talking about the same stuff. Look, here's me in 2021. Look what I said in 2021, just to show you I've been talking about this stuff for years, and we're so close now. But look what I said in 2021. I said President Kamala Harris coming soon. President Harris 222. President Kamala Harris 222. That's 3 years ago. And now look how close she is, right? Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Look, this is when Obama was back at the White House. They were making changes to the Affordable Care Act. And right at 2:22 p.m., Kamala put her hands in the pyramid, and then Biden signed the paper. But anyways, he's got Obama right behind him. It's 2:22. Remember, Kamala means lotus flower. Kamala is the lotus flower from I Pet Goat 2. See? Kamala means lotus flower, by the way. Kamala Harris equals 49. Lotus flower, 49. Kamala is the 49th VP. Antichrist equals 49. Revelation equals 49. Man. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh. Man. I don't think I'm going to find the... Sometimes I type stuff in, it doesn't come up. What else could I type in to find this wrestler, Kamala? Let's see. Maybe just type in wrestler? I don't know. I'm only going to give it like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to move on. Yeah, we've covered a lot of wrestlers over the years. Oh yeah, look at that. Bray Wyatt dead at 36. Bray Wyatt equals 36. That's pretty young, don't you think? Remember the wrestler Jay Briscoe, who died on Laurel Road? And Jay Briscoe is a perfect match to Laurel Road. Ay, ay, ay. Let me type in... maybe Herbert Hoover. Fun fact, the Hoover Dam, 726 feet tall, like Antichrist and Revelation equals 726. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find it. I hate when that happens. I don't think it would be in here. Oh. Nope, I don't have the wrestler Kamala part in there, but I got the Herbert Hoover part. See? Would Gerald Ford... By the way, he made that statement on 10/18. But, yeah. Did Gerald Ford say this about the first woman president? Former U.S. President Gerald Ford said he believed a woman would be presidency by way of the vice presidency. And you can see Herbert Hoover born October 20th, 1964. And that's when Kamala Harris was born, October 20th, 1964. And, let's see. Yeah, here's Herbert Hoover's birth date, born August 10th, the 222nd day of the year. You know what? I'm not going to be defeated. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this in real time. Alright, check this out. This will only take me 5 minutes, alright? James Harris Kamala. Okay, so he died on a leap year. He died August 9th, which was the 222nd day of the year. And then Kamala Harris was chosen as the VP pick 2 days later. All right. James Arthur Harris, known as his ring name, Kamala. Okay, and he died August 9th, 2020. So let's look that up first. August 9th, 2020. So 8/9/2020. As you can see, August 9th, 2020, that was the 222nd day of the year, which is my whole point, all right? President Harris, 222. President Kamala Harris, 222. Vice President Harris, 222. That's why he died on the 222nd day of the year, just 2 days before she was picked as the VP nominee. Okay? Now, on top of that, okay, let's look up his birthday. His birthday is May 28th. Okay, May 28th. So 5/28. And he died back then. Okay, here's my point. He died 2 months and 12 days after his birthday. Okay? Why does that matter? Well, let's type in Kamala Harris. Look at this, guys. He died 2 months and 12 days after his birthday. 2/12. Kamala Harris equals 2/12. Explain that. His name is Kamala. His last name is Harris. He died 2 days before she was chosen as the VP pick. He died on the 222nd day of the year. Vice President Harris is 222. President Harris, 222. President Kamala Harris, 222. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct or not, but let me look up something else. Okay, so he died 2 months and 12 days after his birthday. When's Kamala Harris's birthday? 10/20, right? He died 2 months and 12 days before Kamala Harris's birthday. You see that? And that's why it was important to look it up, because it's really undeniable. Look at that, guys. He died 2 months and 12 days after his birthday. He died 2 months and 12 days before her birthday. Kamala Harris is 2/12. Okay? Plus the 222 connection. Now, he also died 73 days before her birthday. Their last name, Harris, equals 73. In that same cipher, sacrifice is 73. And ritual sacrifice is also 73. Okay, so Harris 73, sacrifice 73. When was his birthday? May 28th. Okay, 73 days before her birthday. Let's put in his birthday. May 28th. He died 73 days after his birthday. Okay? So Harris equals 73, sacrifice 73, ritual sacrifice 73. He died 73 days after his birthday, 73 days before her birthday. He died 2 months and 12 days after his birthday. He died 2 months and 12 days before her birthday. Kamala Harris equals 212. And he died 2 days before she became the VP nominee, and he died on the 222nd day of the year. And remember, Herbert Hoover was born on the 222nd day of the year. With Kamala, the wrestler, he died on a leap year. Herbert Hoover was born on a non-leap year. Okay, one's August 10th, one's August 9th. One's a leap year, one's not. Okay, long story short, it's impossible for this stuff to be a coincidence. The 73 days with Harris 73, and then the 2 months and 12 days from both their birthdays when Kamala Harris is 212, and then he died on the 222nd day of the year. Like Vice President Harris, President Kamala Harris, President Harris. All right? Okay, I think we're ready to move on from this story. Hopefully you guys get the point. I mean, it can't all be a coincidence, all this stuff, you know. I wouldn't be able to do this for a living if this was all a coincidence. 222 days before Trump's birthday, we're going to have the election. Trump, 222, and all the connections with Kamala Harris and the number 222. Okay, we're moving on. What do we got next? We're going to talk about a couple Jesuit rituals. Thank you, Sandra, and everybody else in the chat. Hey, Six Miracles, good to see you. Hey, El Paculi, hope you're doing well. Okay, a couple Jesuit stories here. The Hezbollah drone attack. All right, and we'll probably speed it up. We'll get through this a little bit quicker. Hey, Todd, how you doing? Hey, Spirit Miracle. Hey, Travis. Hey, Lego Show. All right. Hezbollah drone attack in Israel kills multiple IDF soldiers, wounds dozens of people. October 13th. All right. Long story short, we get the news about a drone attack on the day leaving 79 days left in the year, and drone equals 79. Like Society of Jesus, 79. That's the Jesuits. All right? And the drone attack was in Binyamina. Binyamina equals 56. Like drone is also 56. Like Society of Jesus is also 56. And speaking of them Jesuits, you know, we're always talking about the Jesuits and that number 201, right? Well, check it out. Hezbollah drone attack equals 201, like State of Israel is 201, like the Jesuit order is 201, like the full name of the Jesuit Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201. And he's the Pope, the current Pope, Pope Francis, that lives in suite number 201 at the Vatican. And guess what? The Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days after the Pope's birthday. And the Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian. And R.C. Christian is a perfect match to Pope Francis. What are the odds? And then don't forget, the Jesuit order equals 201, like Ignatius of Loyola equals 201, the founder of the Jesuit order. And then they had a pandemic simulation called Event 201, and the main sponsor was William Henry Gates, which equals 201, the founder of Microsoft. Remember, we had the big Microsoft outage this year on the 201st day of the year. Remember the first celebrity who had COVID, Tom Hanks? And he made a post that he had COVID, and the only bad news was he was losing in gin rummy by 201 points. Remember that? Remember when Tedros, the WHO director, declared monkeypox a global health emergency 201 days before his birthday? Remember when they held Preparing for Disease X, the newest pandemic simulation, which was held exactly 201 weeks and 0 days after COVID declared a pandemic? And it just happened to be also 201 days before Barack Obama's birthday. And Event 201 was held on 10/18, like Luke 10/18. I beheld Satan as Barack Obama. It actually says, I beheld Satan as lightning. Barack means lightning. Obama means the heights. So Barack Obama means lightning from the heights, like Luke 10:18. Don't forget, Obama is the clone of Akhenaten, and Akhenaten was the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty. And all the other 1018 connections, like Brittany Griner's birthday, 1018, found guilty and sentenced on Barack Obama's birthday. And then Brittany Griner was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and Joe Biden had everyone give Brittany Griner a round of applause at 10:18 p.m. And then remember Obama's movie Leave the World Behind, which has the theme of Friends. Remember Matthew Perry died right before that movie came out, and Matthew Perry had a man crush on Obama, and Matthew Perry died 666 months after Chandler Bing's fictional birthday. Long story short, the movie ends with the little girl finally finishing the last episode of Friends in the Commodus bunker. Guess what the last episode of Friends is? Season 10, episode 18. By the way, the last episode of Friends is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. Probably a coincidence. But anyways, we've talked enough about the number 201. Let's talk about the 84 next to it. Hezbollah drone attack 84, State of Israel 84, the Jesuit order 84. Here's another 84, Sunday 84. This happened on a Sunday, which is 84 like Jesuit is 84. Don't forget, Trump was back in Butler 84 days after being shot in Butler. Butler equals 84. It was also 84 months after the calm before the storm statement. And don't forget, Obama equals 84. Obama born on 8-4. Big number, 84. Anyways, happened on a Sunday, which is a perfect match to Jesuit. And then we're making the connection with the Jesuits in the Catholic Church. Notice drone attack is a perfect match to Catholicism in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Yes, Todd, Obama equals 192, like Leave the World Behind, 192. That movie ends in the Commodus bunker. Commodus died in the year 192. Great Tribulation equals 192. Bing equals 192, like Chandler Bing. And Super Bowl 58 equals 192. And the halftime was Usher Raymond IV, which equals 192. And the Super Bowl was 192 days from Obama's birthday. And the guy who caught the game winner was Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr., which equals 192. And when he caught the game winner, he said he blacked out, and Obama's movie is about a blackout. And then Obama was in the classroom reading Santa's Gotta Go, which equals 192. And then you had the giant dragon inflatable to promote the show Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. You had the giant dragon inflatable up there 192 days after Leave the World Behind came out, and giant dragon inflatable equals 192. And House of the Dragon equals Barack Hussein Obama II. Obama equals dragon. Barack Obama equals dragon. And guess when that show ended? It ended on Barack Obama's birthday. And guess when that show began? It began 49 days before Obama's birthday, and Antichrist equals 49. Yep. All right, moving on. And this happened in Binyamina. Perfect match to Freemasons in 3 out of the 4. All right, there's that. Yeah, Todd, we had that big AT&T outage on 2/22, 76 days after Obama's movie Leave the World Behind came out, and Barack Obama equals 76, and Zelle equals 76. And that movie Leave the World Behind starts with a 76 on the coffee cup, and then they got to take exit 76 to get to the vacation house. Yep. All right, next we're going to talk about Operation Aurora. More Jesuit numbers there. Hey, Travis, good to see you, brother. Operation Aurora, around here somewhere. Here it is. More connections to the Jesuits and the Pope here, as usual. Trump announces Operation Aurora to target illegal immigrant gang members in Colorado. This article from October 11th. Let me take a sip of water. Yes, 6 miracles. 7-6 is also the birthday of George Walker Bush. And remember, the Georgia Guidestones went down on his birthday. They went down on July 6th, 7-6, the day Skull and Bones member George W. Bush turned 76 years old. And guess what Skull and Bones equals? 76. And the Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian, which equals 76. And back to Skull and Bones, when did the Georgia Guidestones open? 3/22, 1980. But yeah, Barack Obama equals 76. Obama's book, A Promised Land, 76. Donald John Trump, 76. Very big number. That's 76. So thank you, 6 miracles. All right. Moving on. Operation Aurora. Here we go. Well, we've seen these numbers before. Operation Aurora, 187.79, like Society of Jesus, 187.79. That's the official name of the Jesuit order. So, of course, this would connect to the Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis. See right here? It says he is the first Pope to be a member of the Society of Jesus. See that? And you see how Operation Aurora equals Society of Jesus, right? So then we look at the Pope's birthday and we say, okay, Trump held a rally on Friday, October 11th, in Aurora, Colorado, where he formally proposed the removal program, okay? And notice that was 67 days before the Pope's birthday in Aurora, Colorado, which equals 67, right? And then the name of the gang is Tren de Aragua, which is 52, like Pope is 52. Illegal immigrant gang members, 266, like Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. Like the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator equals 266. And then immigrant equals 58, gang members 58, Pope Francis 58. The name of the gang, Tren de Aragua, also has the Masonic numbers, 11574, like Masonic is 11574. Aurora is a perfect match to Masonic in 3 out of the 4. And then Aurora is also 29 and 88, like Trump is 29 and 88. So just a quick little one there. Key points, so Operation Aurora equals Society of Jesus. The same numbers we talk about every single day. All right, then another quick one. Tom Brady, set to become minority owner of the Raiders on Tuesday. Pretty obvious one here. All right, sources. Tom Brady expected to be approved as Raiders minority owner. Tom Brady is expected to be approved as minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders at Tuesday's NFL Fall League meeting in Atlanta. Okay, so he's going to be approved on October 15th. That's Tuesday. That's going to be 74 days after his birthday. His birthday is August 3rd, okay? So they're going to vote on him to become an owner of the Raiders 74 days after his birthday. Notice Raiders equals 74, like Masonic 74. Lucifer is also 74. And then it's going to be on 10/15, right? You drop the 0 and you're left with the 115, like Raiders is also 115 in reverse. Like Masonic 115. And Lucifer is also 115. All right? And don't forget, Tom Brady's career kind of got launched with the Raiders and the Tuck rule. Remember? Old John Gruden. I remember back when I was a fan. I met John Gruden, by the way, when I was a Bucs fan. But anyways, long story short, it all started with the Tuck rule when Gruden was coaching the Raiders, and then I believe it was the next season when Gruden went to the Bucks and they won the Super Bowl in Gruden's first year in Tampa, and then of course the first year of COVID, right? Tom Brady leaves the Patriots and the Patriot Act to go down to the Skull and Bones team, the Buccaneers, and he gets win number 222 as a Buccaneer his first year, right? When Wuhan coronavirus is 222. And then how many yards did Tom Brady have in the Super Bowl for the Bucks? He had 201 yards. And then the Bucks went to the White House that year on the 201st day of the year. Remember? And now he's got a connection to the Raiders, which are the other Skull and Bones team. So it's just crazy. You know, Drew Bledsoe taken out by a jet, a New York jet. Then Brady comes in. We get the Patriot Act. Patriots are unstoppable. Then he goes down to the Skull and Bones team, gets win number 222, throws for 201 yards, goes to the White House on the 201st day of the year. By the way, this might be another long search, or maybe not so long. I believe he came out of retirement with a big 222. Hold on. And believe me, I was freaking out back when all this happened because I just had stopped being a fan in 2019 when I woke up. So guys, think about this. I'm like the biggest Buccaneers fan ever. Literally, the Buccaneers wrote an article about me being such a big fan. Okay? If you're new here, you can just Google it. But it's true. I'm on Buccaneers.com. Anyways, I stopped being a fan in 2019, right? What happens just like weeks after I stopped becoming a fan? We get Tom Brady, right? The greatest football player of all time, right? Look at this. What is this? March 13th? Okay. Tom Brady, I'm back, announces NFL return. Look at the date. March 13th, okay? Tom Brady came out of retirement 222 days after his birthday. Are you kidding me? Now, I'm over here, the big Buccaneers fan, but I'm also the guy telling everyone about 222 and 201 and all this stuff. I don't know. I was going to say I can't blame some people for thinking I was crazy, but I don't know. I don't know, man. See? Tom Brady now has 222 regular season wins, the most of any player ever. So his first year as a Buccaneer, the year they win the Super Bowl, this is the year of COVID, remember, 2020. The Bucs could only have 20,000 fans. Their stadium holds like 70,000, you know? But yeah, how crazy is that, man? He got win number 222 as a Buccaneer, you know? And he comes out of retirement 222 days after his birthday. And of course, I'm always connecting him and Obama because their birthdays are 24 hours apart. And depending on what part of the world you're in, it could be August 4th in Israel and it could be August 3rd in the United States. And he's the GOAT, you know, the Baphomet. Look at that. This is after they won the Super Bowl. Text Small Biz to 20222 to make a donation. Buccaneers Super Bowl 222. You know what I mean? Buccaneers win a Super Bowl his first year, and he gets 222 yards. Yeah, I was showing how... one's including the end date, one's not. But I was showing how Obama tested positive on March 13th, 2022, 222 days after his birthday, including the end date. You know. Oh, yeah, look. Look at this. You don't think the Bucs Super Bowl with Tom Brady was satanic? Look at this. And this is coming, by the way, I might as well show it now. Here. JosephAcquaviva Buccaneers. This is coming from the biggest Buccaneers fan in history. All right, this is Buccaneers.com. Give it a second. Being very slow. All right, here it is. Buccaneers.com, right? Here's me. This is like 6 years ago. See right there? Meet JosephAcquaviva, all right? Anyways, long story short, here's me at the NFL draft in Nashville. All right, here I am here. This is my wedding in New Orleans. Here's my wife. Here's me. And we got married in the French Quarter Wedding Chapel. We got married the day before the Buccaneers season opener against the Saints. All right. And before I did YouTube full-time, I used to sell Buccaneers and Rays memorabilia. And I used to go around to all the signings and get stuff signed. This is Mike Allstott, the A-Train. Is a 6-foot statue of Mike Allstott. I had him sign. This right here, game-worn Mike Allstott glove from a cold game in Chicago. And down here, this is Mike Allstott's rookie season throwback Bucco Bruce game-worn cleat with a photo proof signed by Mike Allstott. That's Allstott's game-worn rookie season cleat. Yeah. So I had very good connections. I was very connected to the Buccaneers. All right. If you didn't know, I still drive a Buccaneers vehicle, which has got a Buccaneers wrap on it. I crossed out the Buccaneers logo, and I have, warning messages on the windows. Long story short, okay? Long story short, I used to be a big Buccaneers fan, right? Now here I am exposing the Buccaneers better than anyone in world history, okay? This is when the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Look at their front office. Their owner, Joel Glazer, equals 666. When they won the Super Bowl, their head coach was Bruce Arians, which equals 666. And their general manager, I've actually met both of these guys. I've met Bruce Arians before. And then I've met Jason Light several times. And Jason Light equals 666. Look at the score of the game where Brady had 201 yards. See it right there, 201? You're telling me the first Super Bowl in the time of COVID just happened to be 201 yards from the GOAT, right? They just happened to go to the White House on the 201st day of the year after Event 201, William Henry Gates 201. Yeah, the NFL is definitely not rigged and scripted, right? And then look at the score. The score was 31-9. Lucifer, 319, like 31-9. So, anyways, guys, it's not a coincidence. You got the general manager. I mean, is there any other team that has that? The Skull and Bones team wins the first Super Bowl in the time of COVID with Tom Brady. Okay, it's all a coincidence. And they got Jason Light as their GM, 666. The owner, Joel Glazer, 666. And the head coach, Bruce Arians, 666. That's a lot to be a coincidence. I don't even know what else is in here. Yeah, White House. I don't even know what the rest of this is. I'm not even sure. But, oh yeah, Buccaneers Chiefs, 846, like the Fallen Angels, 846, like Tribulation, 846, like George Floyd with the 8 minutes and 46 seconds, like the first tower was hit at 846. Anyways. Yeah, long story short, guys, and Brady came out of retirement 222 days after his birthday. And he got win number 222 as a Buccaneer. Okay, enough about Tom Brady. We're going to talk briefly. I had a very, very good video last week. Well, before the hurricane. Had a very, very good video about Iran, Israel, and the 181 missiles. Remember, I showed you guys the video of Donald Trump saying 181 missiles, and then he said, I've been talking about World War III for a long time, and I showed you guys that World War III equaled 181. Anyways, they deleted that whole live stream, and they gave me a warning, which is basically like your first strike. Your first strike is a warning, and then after that, the next one, you're gone for a week. After that, you're gone for 2 weeks. After that, you lose the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the backup channel, which has the same name. Just look it up. But anyways, I want to show you this because they deleted the video, and I want to make sure everybody sees it. And hopefully, they won't delete this video. We'll see. This was kind of a risky video, but, you know. By the way, if you see me disappear, just start looking on the backup channels, all right? Okay, long story short, it was October 1st where Iran launched 181 missiles, allegedly, at Israel, okay? And what I pointed out was October 1st and the 181 missiles, that was 170 days after Iran's first attack on Israel, okay? So the 181 missiles came 170 days after the first attack, which was April 14th. Why does that matter that it was 170 days? Because World War III equals 170. That's in simple English where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Just add it up. But it was 181 missiles. Notice in reverse gematria, World War III equals 181. So it was on the perfect day, 170 days later, and it was the perfect amount of missiles, 181. All right? And then also the connection to Obama. It was 181 missiles. World War III, 181. Barack Hussein Obama II, 181. Barack Obama, 181. The missiles were fired 44 weeks before Obama's birthday, Obama number 44. And Israel equals 44. Hezbollah, 44. Missile attacks, 44. Military, 44. Now don't forget, Israel also equals 64. And when Israel was first attacked by Hamas, that was 64 days after Obama's birthday. And Israel equals 64 also. Barack Hussein Obama equals 64. The Antichrist equals 64. Israel declared war 666 days before Obama's 64th birthday. And then also, don't forget, 181 is the 42nd prime number, right? The beast is given 42 months, but also Iran equals 42, War 42, World War 42. That's why you had Brittany Griner arrested in Russia. Griner wears the number 42. And Griner was swapped for Victor Bout, an arms dealer. Arms dealer equals 42. And the swap came 42 weeks after Griner was arrested. And the prisoner swap came on 12/8/22. 12 plus 8 plus 22 is 42. Okay? But yeah, 181, the 42nd prime number. We're talking about Iran and war and World War, which equal 42. And then also, the attack on Israel with 181 missiles, back to that big number 201, it was 201 days before the birthday of Khomeini, the leader of Iran. Okay? And of course, State of Israel 201, the Jesuit Order 201. When I was going through the list of 201s earlier, I forgot to mention one thing, or two things. Number one, that old serpent equals 201, another name for the devil, but also the son of perdition, Barack Hussein Obama, equals 201. Hence why event 201 was held on 10/18, like Luke 10/18, and that's why preparing for disease X was held 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic and 201 days before Barack Obama's birthday. Okay, I got one more thing to show you guys. We're going to talk about the hurricane. And wait till you see the numbers on this. Before we get to the numbers, let me show you a couple pictures. Give me a second. Alright, so just wanted to show you a couple pictures from around town before we get to the decode. So, I drove down to Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Bay Rays play, and you know, it's crazy because I grew up, I was born in St. Petersburg, where the Rays play, and I grew up being a Buccaneers fan and a Tampa Bay Devil Rays fan. Even way back when they were the Devil Rays, I was a big fan. And I was always a fan until I woke up in 2019. Long story short, I've been to the Trop probably 20 times, all right? And to actually hold a piece of the Trop in my hands and to do a decode on the Trop on the same day, which is an undeniable decode that you're about to see, it is so crazy. By the way, here it is. This is one of the pieces, right? So this right here is literally the roof of Tropicana Field right here in my hands. Here it is. That's so crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, this is literally the roof of Tropicana Field at my house, okay? And the decode's undeniable. So there's me at the Trop. There's me holding up a couple pieces. I could not believe it. All right. This is the fence we share with the neighbor. So I just wanted to show you that. Fence came down. It's pretty funny. Their dogs came to visit. They were real sweet. And then this is my front yard. All right. This is our palm tree. And I was live if you missed it. It was quite an adventure, all those videos before, during, and after the storm. But yep, that's what we got from Hurricane Milton. We lost our palm tree. But we're very, very thankful. Could have been so much worse. We did lose power for 3 days, but it's back now, obviously, because I'm live. But now, let me show you the decode, all right? The decode is going to blow your mind. Alright guys, what I'm about to show you is so undeniable. Do I still have the pieces? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to turn it around in a couple minutes. I'll show you the pieces I got. Alright. I don't even know where to begin. This is so mind-blowing. Okay, here we go. It was October 9th that Hurricane Milton made landfall, okay? Hey, Leslie, good to see you. Okay, October 9th. Hurricane Milton destroys roof of Tropicana Field Stadium. And I still can't believe I'm holding pieces of it at my house, okay? On the same day, October 9th, implosion brings down Tropicana Casino in Vegas to make way for a baseball stadium. Okay. Now, by itself right there, without any gematria, you got to think to yourself, what are the odds of that? Okay, even forget the baseball connection for a second. What are the odds the Tropicana Casino was destroyed the same day the roof of Tropicana Field was destroyed? Same exact day, October 9th, okay? Now, on top of that, the Tropicana Casino was destroyed to make way for a baseball stadium. Tropicana Field is a baseball stadium, okay? Now, what team is going to be playing in Vegas? It says here, Tropicana Las Vegas officially receives permit for hotel tower implosion to make way for Athletics Stadium. So it's going to be the Athletics. Okay? So they destroyed the Tropicana Casino to make way for the Athletics on the same day that a hurricane destroyed Tropicana Field. Okay? You ready for this? In Gematria, Tropicana, Hurricane, and Athletics, they're all a perfect match in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Now, what do you think about that? For anybody who thinks Gematria is just a bunch of nonsense, do you understand the astronomical odds of this? It's like 1 in a million to be a coincidence. There's so many layers to it. Like Tropicana, Tropicana, baseball, baseball. And then you look at the Gematria. Tropicana is a perfect match to Hurricane. It was a hurricane that destroyed Tropicana Field. And then on the same day, the Tropicana Casino is destroyed to make way for the Athletics Stadium. It's just undeniable. For it to line up so perfectly like that, it's undeniable. All right? But now on top of that, Tropicana Field equals 83. It was destroyed by Milton, which equals 83. It was destroyed on October 9th, the day leaving 83 days left in the year. And when did Milton make landfall? 8:30 p.m. They say Milton made landfall at 8:30. 8:30. Kind of like 83, right? 83 days left in the year. Tropicana Field equals 83, destroyed on the day, leaving 83 days left in the year, destroyed by Milton, which equals 83. Wow. I also thought it was pretty interesting. There was a show called Milton the Monster. That show released on October 9th. Milton, the monster hurricane, made landfall on October 9th. And then the last part here. Years before Hurricane Milton, the Tampa Bay area had a simulation, kind of like Event 201, right? This was a hurricane simulation called Project Phoenix 2.0. And it was all about, what would the Tampa Bay area do in response to a Category 5 hurricane, right? How would they respond? Well, let's see. Did Hurricane Milton become a Category 5 hurricane? It sure did. Did they scare the crap out of everybody in the Tampa Bay area? They sure did. Right? And what if I told you Hurricane Milton equals Project Phoenix 2.0? How about that? Project Phoenix 2.0, 180, 81, Hurricane Milton, 180, and 81 in the same ciphers. That's a lot to be a coincidence, don't you think? Hurricane Milton destroys the roof of Tropicana Field Stadium on the same day that an implosion brings down Tropicana Casino to make way for a baseball stadium for the Athletics. Athletics, Tropicana, and Hurricane, they're all a perfect match. In 3 out of the 4. 83 days left in the year. Tropicana Field 83, Milton 83. The hurricane makes landfall at 8:30. They got a show called Milton the Monster that came out October 9th, same day Hurricane Milton made landfall. And then Tampa Bay had a hurricane simulation called Project Phoenix 2.0, and Hurricane Milton hit the Tampa Bay area, and Hurricane Milton is 180-81 like Project Phoenix 2.0, 180-81. I mean, wow. It's a lot to be a coincidence today, don't you think? That's 2 hours straight of things that are not a coincidence, so hopefully you learned something today. And that is it for this one. Guys, if you want to help out the channel, it's very much appreciated. And thank you so much to everyone who does. You guys are amazing. And it's because of you guys that I'm able to do this full time still. And just thank you so much. That's all I can say. You guys are just amazing. I literally, remember, I'm not monetized. I've never made a penny from YouTube. So it's literally you guys keeping me here the last 5 years. And hopefully I can stay doing this until I'm dead or raptured, whichever comes first. But anyways, thank you guys. And if you want to support, I got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. And you can also mail something if you'd like. And again, thank you so much. All right, guys, that is it. Here, give me a second. Let me go grab these pieces real quick. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Hey, Cody. Good to see you, man. Everybody make sure you subscribe to Decoding with Cody in the chat. I was just about to show my pieces from the Trop. We just went over the recap of Tropicana Field. I was showing them that Tropicana Casino destroyed the same day Tropicana Field's roof was destroyed, October 9th. And they destroyed Tropicana Casino to make way for the Athletics Stadium. Tropicana, Athletics, Hurricane, they're all a perfect match in 3 out of the 4. And it happened on October 9th, the day leaving 83 days left in the year. Tropicana Field 83, Milton 83, and the Hurricane made landfall at 8:30. All right, and then I showed Project Phoenix 2.0 is a 2-cipher match to Hurricane Milton. And Project Phoenix 2.0 was the hurricane simulation for the Tampa Bay area. So, what are the odds? But anyways, like I was saying, it is such a weird matrix for me to, you know, the Tropicana Field has been part of my life since I was a kid. I can remember going to Devil Rays games as a 5-year-old. You know, my favorite player was Rocco Baldelli when he was a Devil Ray. But anyways, I used to buy and sell Rays memorabilia. We would go to the games. We had shirts that said beer for baubles. And what we would do, we would, because you can't go into a game and like give people cash for their bobblehead. That's like against the rules. Because what they would do, they would, you know, first 10,000 fans get a Evan Longoria bobblehead, right? And what we would do, we would, you know, sell them for more than, you know, more than the price of a beer. So what we would do, we had shirts that said beer for baubles. And if someone came up to us and they're like, hey, what's your shirt about? We would tell them, or we would just, if we saw they had a bobblehead, we'd go up to them and we'd say, hey, can we buy you a beer for your bobblehead? And believe it or not, most people would be like, oh yeah, sure, I'd rather have a an $11 beer than this little bobblehead, and then we'd go sell the bobblehead for like $30 online. Anyways, we did that for years. We would literally walk around the stadium with a trash bag full of bobbleheads. So anyways, I was in the Trop a lot. And to now be where I'm at in life now, we're talking like 8 years ago I used to do this. But to be where I'm at now and to go down there, actually witness the Trop in shreds, to hold it in my hands and then do a decode on the same day, it's just so weird and mind-blowing. But anyways, here, let me show you what I got. I got 4 pieces of the Trop roof, and they're for sale. No, I'm just kidding. They're not for sale. I don't even know what I'm doing with them. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what you call it. A souvenir. But yeah, look. There's one piece. This is actual Tropicana Field roof right here. Crazy. So there's one. And then I got a skinny one here. There's more Tropicana Field. Yeah, it's historical. Here's a third piece. And then I got one more. There it is. By the way, I was not doing no sick. I saw it at the last second. I said, oh, they're going to catch me there. I said, yep, he's doing it. He's doing a 666 on us. Now I'm just holding up the Trop, man. But yeah, there it is. Tropicana Field, man. Sitting in my garage. What a matrix, huh? Travis said, Joseph, that had to feel heavy at first from going to being the biggest Buccaneers fan to exposing them. Yep. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Trust me, you can see the picture on Buccaneers.com from my wedding. Those were all Buccaneers fans. So the best man at my wedding, all the people I considered my best friends, people I had gone on trips to. Like, I used to travel a lot for games. I've stayed in hotels with these people in LA, Nashville, Dallas, Cincinnati, Detroit, Miami, Atlanta. Like, I've traveled all those places for away games. And we all, whoop, I think I lost you for a second. Long story short, these are my friends that I thought were lifelong friends. And once I started talking about, oh, it's rigged and scripted and, idolatry, obviously I lost all my friends. But yeah, it was hard. It was. Because the Buccaneers were my whole life. I literally bought and sold memorabilia for a living. So I gave up not only the idolatry and being a fan, I gave up my whole livelihood. I gave it all up to do this. I got rid of all my memorabilia. I had 2 rooms full of wall-to-wall, you name it, game-worn cleats, 4-foot tall bobbleheads, full-size helmets, mini helmets. I had everything, man. But yeah, it was hard for sure. Going from such a big super fan to then exposing it, But that's why I feel called and chosen, because it's just all lining up. I used to also be a huge Donald Trump supporter too, up until 2019. Thank God I woke up just in time, right before everything hit the fan. But yeah, I went to 5 Donald Trump rallies, front row. I was super close to Trump at one rally. I could almost reach out and touch him. I was trying to get his autograph. Let me see. See if I can find any pictures of me at a Trump rally. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, my wife's in the chat saying, for the record, I tried to tell you about politics. Yeah, my wife was awake before me. Maybe not like officially awake, like, hey, everything's a lie and they're fluoridating us. Not that awake, but like, she knew politics were a scam before I did. So shout out wife. She tried to tell me. It's so funny now. What was it, Katie? Like, it must have been maybe 2016, maybe 2015, 2016. She said something to me. We were in the car one day, and she said something like, 9/11 was an inside job, and Bush was all behind that. And I like got so upset with her. I'm like, don't you dare talk about George W. Bush that way. That man's a patriot. I said America would never attack its own people. And I was just like so offended. Like, I can't believe you would say that about George W. Bush, man. I was completely mind controlled and fluoridated, so I blame it on the fluoride. But yep, she knew what was up. But yeah, we all wake up at different stages, and some of us never wake up. But yeah, this is me in Tampa at a Trump rally. It's probably 2015 or something. But look, there's Trump on stage, right? And then here's me in the front row. You can tell I'm in the front row, right? Now, I'm just making the point, I was really involved in the idolatry, not just the Buccaneers, but also Donald Trump. So if I can come out of it, you can come out of it. Here's another rally. Look how close I was there. Another front row. There's me in Trump's plane. All right, that's the third one. Now, these might be two different rallies here. But anyways, this is the closest I got, right here on the left. Obviously, I'm taking the picture, so I'm pretty close, right? You see the two women in front of me. They're literally like shaking hands and getting autographs. Here's Secret Service or whoever. So look how close I was. I could have literally reached out and grabbed his tie. You know what I mean? So I always think about that, Not that I'm anyone important or anything, but sometimes I think, I wonder if that day when I was standing right in front of Donald Trump, if he knew something about me, if he knew that I would go on to expose him or something, I don't know. I always think about that, and then Obama. I wonder, does Obama know who I am? Does he, does he know that I'm out here exposing him every day? Yeah, exactly, Six Miracles. She said, I wonder if Trump could feel your presence. Yeah, something like that. I wonder if, he got near me and he's like, uh-oh, that's one of them guys that's going to expose me one day. But anyway, this is another rally. You can see how close I got. And then this is the only rally where I didn't get super close. This is in Sarasota, actually where the hurricane made landfall, about an hour south of where I live. But yeah, this was actually like a day or two before the election. And I wasn't able to get super close. I was up in the nosebleeds. But yeah, I went to like 5 Trump rallies, and I was in the front row for like 4 of them. So, anyways, just proving the point. All right, now that I got this turned around, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick recap on the 3rd assassination attempt. Just the key points. I'm not going to hit all the points again. If you guys want to watch the whole decode again, just go back and watch it on fast forward. But for anyone that came in late, I just want to show you a couple key points from this. Cody, are you still in here? Mr. Decoding with Cody? Let me know, because I want you to see this part. And if you're not in here, that's okay too. We're still going to do the recap. How come you never decoded that church that tried to kick you out? Well, there wasn't really anything to decode on it. It's Calvary Chapel, CC33. But yeah, there's nothing to decode about it. Any church that tries to kick a person off their property who's just trying to put flyers under windshield wipers that just say a date duration, like, hey, fellow Christians, allegedly, at Calvary Chapel. Fun fact that, the church isn't telling you. It didn't say that on the flyer. It's the same flyer I showed earlier. And Cody is here. Sweet. But yeah, any church that would have 4 men kick you off the property for putting this on a car. It says COVID declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation, May 15th, 2018. Then it says Jesus is coming soon, and then the channel name. For anybody to come at me the way they did, you can tell that's not a Holy Spirit-filled church. Okay? I don't know what their deal was. I don't know if they thought I was going to steal some of their members, or some of their members might actually get some truth. But yeah, they did not want me there, and they made that very clear. But yeah, nothing to decode as far as the church goes. It's watered down 5013C church. It's never going to tell you anything about anything. But anyways, quick recap for Mr. Cody. Hold on, let me get a little better picture here. Hold on. Do I still have the link to the video? Nope. Not unless, or wait, I was live, so yeah. Nope, that video is gone forever now. Yep, they deleted it. Yep, sometimes I back up regular videos I take on BitChute or Rumble. Make sure you find me over there if you haven't already. But yeah, that was a live video. It's gone now forever. And that's fine. I'm ready to move on with my life. But yeah, that was a day I'll never forget. And that was another, but then again, that was also a big day for me, because that was just another confirmation that we are exactly, basically, the world is acting exactly like the Bible said they would. I mean, doesn't it make sense? A real messenger of God shows up to a local church to spread the actual truth, and then 4 dudes, kick him off the property, Looks like the end times to me. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, Decoding Our Reality. Good to see you, man. Okay, quick recap for Cody and others. Only going to hit the key points here. Armed man, Vem Miller, arrested outside Trump's Coachella rally, and sheriff says it was possible 3rd assassination attempt. Okay, the key points here. Happened in Coachella, California, which is 888, like Donald J. Trump is 888. And then the last 2 would-be assassins, Ryan Wesley Routh from the golf course, and now the new guy, Vem Miller. All right, Vem Miller's birthday is 10/26/1974. Ryan Routh's birthday is February 18th, 1966. Long story short, their birthdays of the last 2 would-be assassins, their birthdays are 8 years, 8 months, and 8 days apart. 888. Like Donald J. Trump, 888, like Coachella, California, 888. The Butler assassination attempt. That was Thomas Matthew Crooks. His birthday, 9/20/03. 9/20/03, the 8,888th prime number. Trump equals 88. Trump was shot 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video was released, where Snoop Dogg's pointing a gun at Trump. Right? Trump equals 88. Donnie J. Darko, set in the year 88. The numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal equals 88. He played Donnie J. Darko. That movie takes place in Middlesex. Middlesex equals 888. Like Mar-a-Lago is 888, where Trump lives. Like head wound equals 888. Like Trump made the calm before the storm statement on the 5th of October 2017, 888 days before COVID declared a pandemic. By the way, 5th of October equals 888. Donald J. Trump, 888. He wrote The Art of the Deal, which equals 888. The raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 88. Trump's number to text, 88022. And Back to the Future, they got to reach 88 miles per hour. Biff represents Trump. And don't forget, the way Biff can predict the future, he's got Gray's Sports Almanac. Gray's Sports Almanac is 222 like Trump is 222. All right? Now, don't forget the part about Back to the Future, okay? Because we're going to talk about it again in a minute. Okay? So we have all these connections with the 888 and the 88. Well, guess what? There's more. Because the guy they arrested, they're calling him a sovereign citizen, which equals 88. And the same day that he got arrested at the Coachella rally, guess who was speaking at the Coachella rally? The star of the new movie Reagan, about Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was shot. Ronald Reagan's slogan, Make America Great Again. And who's the star of the movie who was at the rally? Dennis William Quaid, which equals 88. And the rally was in California, which equals 88. Like Trump is 88, right? And then remember in the movie Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro, and remember Robert De Niro was outside of the hush money trial, right? In New York where Taxi Driver takes place. And this is a scene from the movie Taxi Driver where Robert De Niro plans to assassinate Senator Palantine. Look at that. Everyone's got a plain shirt on. Got a random dude over here with an 88 jersey. I'm sure that's a coincidence, right? And then we get to our next point, because we got the star of the Reagan movie at the rally. Remember, it was the movie Taxi Driver which inspired Hinckley to shoot Ronald Reagan. See how it all connects, right? And then remember, it was March 30th when Ronald Reagan was shot. It was March 30th when Trump was indicted for the hush money trial. That's the same trial Robert De Niro was at. Robert De Niro, the star of Taxi Driver. By the way, that movie came out in 76, like Donald John Trump, 76. And in that movie, he attempts to assassinate Senator Palantine, which is 248, like President Donald Trump, 248, like Trump assassination, 248. Like America is 248 years old right now, right? And then Senator Palantine, also 95, like President Donald Trump, 95. His name is Charles Palantine, which is 68, like Donald John Trump, 68, like Trump assassination, 68, like Taxi Driver, 68, like Thomas Crook, 68, like Donald J. Trump, 68. Okay? Also, Coachella, 60, Chad Bianco, 60, that's the name of the sheriff that's saying this was an assassination attempt. Trump rally, 60, Donald Trump, 60. It's the 60th election. Coachella also has the 48 and the 60 like Donald Trump. Okay? Vem Miller, 109, like Shooting 109. Dennis Quaid was at the rally 44 days after the Reagan movie came out. Shooting equals 44, right? And now, Cody, are you in here? I know Cody's going to like this part. Hey, Gene Splice, good to see you, brother. I know you'll like this too. Cody, Gene, Travis, Todd, Leslie, Six Miracles, all my regulars, the guys that have been here for a long time. Check this out. So you guys know, there he is, there's Cody, he's here, he's ready. You guys know for years, we have been connecting Donald Trump to Ronald Reagan, and for years, we have been connecting Donald Trump with Back to the Future. Okay? Now look at this. Reagan star Dennis Quaid rallies for Trump in Coachella, California. Time to pick a side. 159. Like Donald Trump, 159. Okay? Dennis Quaid says time to pick a side, 159. Donald Trump, 159. Okay? Now, in response to this, Back to the Future star Leah Thompson slams ex Dennis Quaid over Trump support. And her statement is, stop the stupid. Okay? Stop the stupid, 159. Leah Thompson, 159. Donald Trump, 159. What are the odds of that? You have Ronald Reagan, Back to the Future, both connected to Trump already. Time to pick a side, 159. Then she says, stop the stupid 159, and her name Leah Thompson 159 like Donald Trump. And don't forget, the indictment for the insurrection was 159 days before the anniversary of the insurrection. Insurrection equals 159, indictment 159. That was 159 days before the anniversary. And then don't forget the classified documents indictment. That was on June 8th. That was on the 159th day of the year. Don't forget Abraham Lincoln was killed 159 years ago. Okay? So we all agree on the 159. You ready for this, Cody? Check it out. Leah Thompson is a perfect match to Donald Trump in 3 out of the 4. How about that? I mean, come on. Back to the Future. This is Marty's mom. She plays Marty's mom. Leah Thompson equals Donald Trump. And then on top of that, Back to the Future is 176, like Donald J. Trump 176. But for me, the 159 is just so undeniable. Yeah, Cody, I thought you would get a kick out of that. You can't deny it. Not when me and Cody had been here for, several years making the connections with for years we've been talking about Ronald Reagan and Taxi Driver and, Make America Great Again, and Reagan was shot and Trump's going to be shot, and we've talked about Back to the Future and the 88 miles per hour and Gray's Sports Almanac. We've been talking about this stuff for years. And to have the Back to the Future star who used to date Dennis Quaid, for her to have this statement, stop the stupid, right? You're telling me it's not coded? You're telling me this is a coincidence. Stop the stupid 159 from Leah Thompson 159 in response to Dennis Quaid, who said time to pick a side 159 like Donald Trump 159. It is absolutely undeniable. And then you see Leah Thompson is a perfect match to Donald Trump. It's absolutely undeniable. All right, guys, let me turn this thing around. I think that's about it for today. Almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's a good show. Thank you, Cody. I agree. It is undeniable. Absolutely undeniable. And then also, Quaid equals Trump. Whoop. I don't know if you saw that, Cody, but yeah, Quaid equals Trump. And then he's in the Reagan. I mean, come on. He's at the rally 44 days after the Reagan movie came out. When shooting is 44, Reagan got shot. It was also 187 days, Cody, from Dennis Quaid's birthday, and it was in California. What's the California code for murder? 187? Like Society of Jesus 187? And Dennis Quaid equals Jesuit order. Coachella rally equals Society of Jesus, like Ronald Reagan equals Society of Jesus. It's all there, man. Yep, no doubt about it. All right, let me check in with the chat. Thank you, Cody. Yeah, everyone make sure you subscribe to Decoding with Cody in the chat. He's doing amazing work. All right, guys, anybody have any questions or anything to add? Let me know. If not, we will wrap it up. Oh, by the way, Cody, your last live stream, you were talking about Sarasota and 9/11 and all the connections, and I was mentioning in the movie Donnie Darko, I looked it up. They mention ordering more books from the Sarasota Mall. So in that movie, here, let me see. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Sarasota, in case you ever wanted to look further into it. Yeah, in the movie, they talk in the movie Donnie Darko, They talk about ordering more books from the Sarasota Mall bookstore. And of course, 9/11, George W. Bush was in the Sarasota classroom where they were reading The Pet Goat on page 153 of Reading Mastery 2. And The Pet Goat equals 153. It was on page 153. The Illuminati, 153. Jesuit Order, 153. It was Heliofont that made iPet Goat 2. Heliofont equals 153. When they took down iPet Goat 2 and they put it back up 153 days later. Don't forget the Guidestones were in Elberton, Georgia, 153. Barry Soetoro, 153. Antichrist Obama, 153. But yeah, The Pet Goat, 153 on page 153. The Illuminati, Jesuit Order, 153. Now the book they were reading was called Reading Mastery 2. The Pet Goat was a story inside the book. The book was called Reading Mastery 2, which equals 177. George Walker Bush equals 177. The Jesuit Order, 177. New World Order, 177. But yeah, that was in Sarasota. And in the movie Donnie Darko, which is about planes and all that, a whole bunch of predictive programming. By the way, let's see, Donnie Darko, release date. Yeah, it just happened to come out, 2 weeks before 9/11. Yeah, Donnie Darko's premiere, October 26, 2001. And October 26 is actually the birthday of Vem Miller, the would-be assassin in Coachella. Fun fact, 10/26 is also the birthday of my first two kids. My first two kids were born 3 years apart on 10/26. Pretty crazy. Maybe a little organic synchronicity there. But yeah, isn't that weird? Donnie Darko came out right before 9/11. Mentioned Sarasota and all that. Cody's done a much better job on the 9/11 connections than I have. I usually bring up Donnie Darko to talk about Trump and the Trump assassination. It was also Cody who found Frank equals Donald. And you got Frank the Rabbit, right? Let's see, Frank, Donald. Yeah, Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers. Remember, it's Frank the Rabbit in Donnie Darko. But yeah, Frank is 50, 23, 31, like Donald is 50, 23, 31. And then Rabbit equals Trump. Right? Let's see. Rabbit and Trump. Yeah, so Rabbit is 25 and 47, like Trump is 25 and 47. And in iPet Goat 2, it shows a rabbit with a bullet hole grazing the upper right ear. Just like Donald Trump had his upper right ear grazed. I mean, it's undeniable. By the way, don't forget that first one, the Butler Ear event, on, what was it, the 195th day of the year, Trump shooting 195, Corey Comparator 195, Trump head wound 195, and it was 666 days after Kimberly Cheadle assumed office, the head of the Secret Service. Remember, they blamed the whole thing on Kimberly Cheadle? Yeah, just happened to be 666 days after her first day in office. And remember, Thomas Crooks was exactly 1,086 weeks old, and the whole verse from Revelation 13:3 about the deadly head wound equals 1,086. So that wasn't the real head wound, it was just symbolism. But also, don't forget Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, 1,086, like Revelation 13:3. Anyways, I can go on forever. But yeah, Frank equals Donald, Trump equals Rabbit. You got Frank the Rabbit, and then you got the Rabbit in iPet Goat 2. It's all connected. Dennis Quaid played Jake Gyllenhaal's father in Day After Tomorrow. You're right. Wow, Gene Splice, that's a good one. Good connection, man. Cody said, the full moon is rising at 7:26, 666 months after Bad Moon Rising release. Wow. That's crazy considering Antichrist equals 7:26 and Revelation equals 7:26. And when did Obama endorse Kamala Harris? Oh yeah, it was on 7:26. And didn't Trump give the Pope a statue of a lotus flower? And a statue is called Rising Above, which equals 7:26, and Kamala means lotus flower. And President Obama equals 7:26, and Yes We Can equals 7:26, and Affordable Care Act equals 7:26. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good one, Cody. I got to watch your video from this morning. I haven't checked it out yet. But I'll definitely watch that video. Are there 2 release dates for Donnie Darko? Let's see. Okay, it says Donnie Darko premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 19th, 2001. 119. Huh. 119. Kind of like 9/11 backwards. Okay. Well, thank you, Decoding Our Reality. And then, let's see. It had its theatrical release October 26, 2001. Okay. So the theatrical release, October 26, 2001. Yeah, it says here, the film was released 6 weeks after the 9/11 attacks. I guess, officially released, right? And its trailer featured an accident involving an aircraft, which affected its chances of box office success. Interesting. So yeah, it made its official premiere at the Sundance Film Festival January 19th. Okay, which is 119, 9/11 backwards. Okay, that's even more shocking. Oh, it was a day before Bush's inauguration? Was it? Bush inauguration. Wow, it was a day before the inauguration. Okay. See, that's crazy. You got Donnie, J. Darko, time travel, planes, Sarasota, all that, Definitely something there. Well, thanks, guys, for all the help. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I think we'll leave it there for today. But yeah, we covered, where's my list? We covered a lot of good stuff today. I had a list. I can remember what we talked about. Let's see, we covered the 3rd assassination attempt now, according to the sheriff. We covered Operation Aurora. We covered the Hezbollah drone attack. We covered the 181 missiles again. We covered Tom Brady and the Raiders. We covered Hurricane Milton, and that might have been it. Might have missed one, but I think that was it. Anyways, been a long show. If you came in late, make sure you go back, check it out. Hey Osmar, how you doing? Hey Craig. Hey, He Is Risen. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I appreciate it. and hopefully you learned something. But yeah, definitely no doubt about it with the Dennis Quaid connection, with his statement, time to pick a side, 159, and then the star of Back to the Future comes out, who dated Dennis Quaid. So it's just all connected. You got Reagan, you got Back to the Future, Leah Thompson, 159, and what'd she say? Her statement? Stop the Stupid, 159, Leah Thompson, 159, Time to Pick a Side, 159, Donald Trump, 159. Ronald Reagan, Back to the Future. Undeniable. All right, guys. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.